Hey everyone! Welcome to The Young and the Restless. I'm Jane, and I'm so excited to have you here. If you love Young and the Restless, then you're in the right place. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a video. Alright, let's dive right in. Carter is behind Damian's death and goes rogue to eliminate Kane's competition for Lily. According to spoilers from The Young and the Restless, Carter could be responsible for Damian Kane's death. Did Kane Ashby's aide go rogue in an attempt to destroy his boss competitors for Lily Winters? Carter has always been portrayed as the epitome of a dedicated employee who goes above and beyond. In addition to carrying out every command, Carter appears to foresee Kane's requirements before he even asks. Perhaps this is why Damian, who has been drugged, will receive a knife to the back in YNR's July 14th episode. Carter may have opted to get rid of Lily's new love interest, paving the way for Kane's reconciliation with her. One of Kane's aims is to reconcile with Lily, thus Carter may be willing to go to any length to achieve that. If Carter is actually responsible for Damian's death, this might entail murder. Carter may cause a mess for Kane in the process, as his boss will face criminal charges. However, if Carter expects Lily to believe in Kane's innocence and support him, this might be part of his strategy. Carter may believe that this will result in Lily reconciling with Kane. Furthermore, Carter may tell himself that he will confess if Kane is truly in danger of going to prison. If Kane's name is not cleared, Carter may have little choice except to come clean. Meanwhile, Carter might frame someone else to take the burden off both Kane and himself. That could complicate the investigation, which Chance Chancellor will lead. Carter is a throwaway character who won't be around for long, making him ideal for scenarios like these. Carter may eventually be proven to have targeted Damian without his boss knowledge, so stay tuned for more information on this creepy assistant's whole purpose. According to The Young and the Restless spoilers, the tragic Damian news will spread, resulting in some grilling sessions for now. The tangled web of power, betrayal, and revenge in The Young and the Restless has taken a dramatic turn with the discovery that Carter may have been behind Damian's death, eliminating him as a rival for Kane in the war for Lily's heart. The plot has caused ripples throughout Genoa City, prompting fans to question loyalties, intentions, and the full degree of Carter's brutality. Damian's abrupt and strange death had been buried in mystery for months, with rumors of foul play spreading but no hard proof pointing to a perpetrator. However, recent findings indicate that Carter, formerly seen as a faithful confidant and strategic actor in the Chancellor Winters Empire's corporate and personal dramas, may have crossed a far darker line than anybody expected. This revelation has far-reaching consequences, not just for Lily, who is oblivious of the depths of deception around her, but also for Kane, whose rivalry with Damian was passionate but never appeared lethal. Could Carter have acted alone, motivated by an invisible allegiance to Kane, or was this part of a wider, more nefarious plan to alter the family's power dynamics? Carter and Kane's relationship has always been complex, with times of both camaraderie and conflict, particularly when it comes to Lily. Kane's love for Lily has been one of the few constants in his turbulent existence, and his desire to keep her away from Damian may have driven him, or those close to him, to extreme means. Carter, ever the strategist, may have seen Damian's demise as a necessary measure to cement Kane's position, ensuring that Lily remained in his orbit rather than succumbing to Damian's charms. However, if this is accurate, it raises serious concerns about Carter's willingness to go to serve his own or the interests of those with whom he aligns. Murder is a boundary that few people cross without facing serious consequences, and if Carter is actually to blame, his descent into open villainy would represent a significant shift in his place within the show's storyline. Lily, caught in the center of this unseen struggle, is unaware that her love life could have been the cause for a murder. Her sadness following Damian's death was real, and her subsequent reconciliation with Kane has been portrayed as a natural evolution of their long-standing bond. However, if the truth is revealed that Kane's closest buddy staged Damian's death to pave the way for their reunion, the consequences could shatter any hope of reconciliation between them. Lily has always prized honesty and integrity, and the discovery that she was misled in such a terrible manner is likely to break any remaining trust between her and Kane. Even if Kane had no direct involvement in Carter's conduct, his association with the perpetrator would throw a long shadow over their relationship. The emotional toll of such betrayal could drive Lily into isolation or, conversely, spark a vengeful streak that would completely alter her character. Kane believes the moral ramifications are as terrible. While he has never been a saint, his love for Lily has often served as his redeeming feature. If he discovers Carter murdered Damian on his behalf, whether he requested it or not, he will be forced to confront the horrific reality that someone committed murder in his name. The guilt alone could bring him down, especially if he begins to wonder whether his own actions or words accidentally influenced Carter to take such desperate measures. Kane has spent years attempting to prove himself worthy of Lily's love, battling both his personal issues and external dangers to their relationship. But if Damian's death is connected to him, even indirectly, it may be the one thing Lily cannot forgive. The psychological pain of knowing that a man perished as a result of their competition would haunt Kane indefinitely, possibly driving him to extremes of confession or self-destruction in an effort to atone. Then there's Carter himself, whose objectives in this scenario are unclear. Was his desire to eliminate Damian solely strategic, a cold calculation to remove an impediment for Kane? Or was there a more personal vengeance going on? Carter's past has always been one of quiet intensity, with his own scars and secrets that have only been hinted at over time. If Damian caused his own death, it implies a previously untapped capability for violence. What motivated him to act? Was it loyalty to Kane, or something darker, an underlying fascination with Lily, a desire to control the story of her life by deciding who stayed in it? Alternatively, Carter could have been working for someone else entirely, a shadowy figure pulling the strings from behind the scenes. The program has a history of complex conspiracies, and Carter's actions could be only one piece of a greater puzzle that has yet to be completely disclosed. The legal penalties of such a crime would be far-reaching. If Carter is identified as Damian's murderer, the subsequent inquiry will implicate everybody related to him, including Kane. The Winters and Chancellor families have faced numerous scandals, but murder is a different beast entirely. The police investigation, the media frenzy, and internal family friction would all create a pressure cooker scenario, potentially leading to even more explosive discoveries. Other characters would be compelled to take sides, with some protecting Carter or Kane out of loyalty and others, particularly those who cared about Damian, demanding justice. The resultant differences may shatter long-standing relationships, spawning new rivalries and surprising alliances in the midst of chaos. Furthermore, the emotional consequences would go beyond Lily and Kane. Devin, Nate, and the rest of the Winters family would be drawn into the frenzy, each reacting differently to the revelation that Damian's death was not an accident. Devin, who has always been a voice of reason, may lead the charge for responsibility, but Nate, with his legal background, may be split between family loyalty and the pursuit of the truth. Amanda, who has a tangled relationship with Damian, would be forced to confront the fact that his life had been cut short by someone in their circle. And what about Chance, the newly reinstated police officer? If he discovers evidence linking Carter to the crime, his professional responsibilities will clash with his personal connections, leaving him in an unenviable situation. This twist has great storytelling potential, with layers of drama that might play out over months, if not years. Carter's development into blatant villainy would make for a captivating antagonist, with his brains and skill making him a difficult foe. His interactions with other characters would become increasingly tense as viewers, and eventually Genoa City residents saw him in a whole different light. Every previous interaction, every seemingly innocent gesture, would be re-examined for potential danger. Meanwhile, Kane's struggle with remorse and moral obligation would provide valuable character development, requiring him to confront areas of himself that he may have previously disregarded. And Lily's path, whether toward retribution or healing, would serve as the emotional core of the novel, providing her agency in a narrative that has frequently defined her existence via the actions of others. If Carter did go rogue to eliminate Damian, the consequences would irrevocably change relationships, destroy trust, and reshape Genoa City's power dynamics. The question today is whether the truth will be revealed and who will bear the consequences when it does.